Focus, the one thing we say we value, and the first thing our systems destroy. This is episode 3 in our series on the digital workplace framework, a new model for how teams communicate, collaborate, and operate in today's world of work. Today, we're talking about focus, not as a productivity hack, but as an organizational design challenge. Because focus doesn't just happen, it has to be built into the way your company works. Focus isn't a luxury. It's where real work happens. It's where intentions become progress, ideas become impact, decisions become momentum. But here's the problem. Most organizations are structured to interrupt, not support focus. We meet to share what could have been written. We ping instead of post. We document nowhere or everywhere. Then we wonder why our teams are exhausted but unproductive. The truth, focus isn't disappearing because people got lazy. It's disappearing because work got loud, really loud. And that's why we say focus is a system problem, not a personal one. You can't meditate your way out of a broken system. You have to fix the system. And that's where the digital workplace framework comes in. In this framework, focus is one of the 5 movements, but it's the movement the others exist to protect. Sync fuels clarity in real time. Align delivers updates asynchronously. And share ensures what matters never disappears. Together, they create the conditions where focus becomes possible and sustainable. But let's talk numbers. Your team spends 1.8 to 2.5 hours every day just searching for things they've already made. They toggle between tools over 1,000 times a day, wasting 4 hours a week. And they spend more than half their time communicating, not creating. That's not an efficiency problem. That's a system failure. And focus breaks when communication replaces documentation, meetings replace visibility, tools replace systems. And this isn't about remote, hybrid, flexible, in office. It's about being reactive in the workplace. So let's talk about the 2 types of focus. We tend to think of focus as only working alone. But in the modern workplace, there's 2 forms that we've come up with. Solo focus. That's deep, uninterrupted work, the type that you see on every startup movie, headphones in, late at night, coding away at their computer. And then you have team focus, shared clarity, collaborative momentum, like meeting in a conference room and removing all distractions, or jumping on a call with a whiteboard and being able to focus on why you met in the first place. Both are constantly under attack by fragmented tools, scattered knowledge, and unstructured communication. So if your team feels like they're working all day but not getting anything done, this might be the reason. But how do we build focus into the flow of work? Because focus doesn't need more willpower. It really needs a better design. Let's walk through how each of the other movements support focus. Starting with sync, real-time communication collaboration. You want to use sync as a decision or use it to decide, not to inform. Keep it short, structured, and outcome driven. Every meeting should be a catalyst, not just a catch up. Align the asynchronous updates. Replace those status meetings with clear asynchronous communication and documentation. Updates that follow this format: what's changed, why it matters, what's next. This alone, this little tip, will help reduce meetings, protect your people's calendars, and restores the flow. Then we have share. This is that structured, searchable knowledge that you have in your organization. Every insight, decision, or process is going to need a home, and not just in someone's memory or Slack thread. We work too many times like that, and it's time to change. Search should replace the shoulder taps. Docs should replace just ask Sarah. And when these three movements work together, focus goes from fragile to foundational. We call it focus by design. And so inside Grapevine HQ and Workplace, we've built these principles into the product. Sync happens in short bursts with Figgy Chat or Instant Meets. Align lives in company hubs, spaces, and in Workplace, it can live in your task, your notes, your OKRs. The list goes on. Share is powered by Info Hub and Spaces, or your notes, or even your task. We make that all shareable. It's a structured, searchable system of record. And as I mentioned, Grapevine Workplace, soon we'll be introducing that new layer. It's where personal and team level focus, goals, and visibility occur, so employees can operate with clarity and leaders can lead with confidence without being a micromanager. More on that soon. But what can you do right now? As a leader, your job isn't to create more rules, it's to create the conditions where focus can thrive. Here's how. Set focus hours with no meetings company-wide. We did this at my last company that I worked at full time. We had focus Fridays. Nobody met on Fridays. Some people took advantage of it. Others looked at it as a way to have calendar invites that didn't slam pack the week. So find what works best for you. Use sync to decide, not to inform. Meaning, the status updates that you have those be asynchronous, which is what we talk about next. Default to Align for those updates. But then meet and discuss what has been created during Align or Async. That's how you reduce the meetings, not only the number of meetings, but the time in the meetings. And always share outcomes in structured, searchable systems. This sounds monotonous. I can't say it. Monotonous. But when you document as much as possible, or you leverage AI summaries or recordings, everything is documented. And then that allows you to share that information through an Align tactic or mechanism and keep your team not so synchronous reliable. And then focus comes to the forefront. So that productivity that you kept preaching about actually happens. So normalize async updates, reward clear documentation, and block time for deep work. And the ROI that you're going to see is possibly 2.5 hours per day per employee saved, 49% less duplicated work, 25% higher job satisfaction, 3 times more effective meeting. Focus isn't just about doing more. It's about doing the right things in the right flow with fewer interruptions. And that's the power of the framework. Focus isn't about silence, it's about structure. It's not just headphones and do not disturb signs. It's clarity, alignment, shared systems that keep your company moving in the same direction. Focus is where work gets done, and your system should protect it, not make it harder. That's what the digital workplace framework was built for, and that's why Grapevine exists. If you're ready to rebuild the foundation for how your team operates, start with clarity, start with design, start with focus. Thanks for watching, and if this resonated, make sure to check out the other episodes in the series and take our free assessment on workplace vibes. We'll put a link in the description, absolutely free, but it can tell you where your organization stands on the 5 movements of work: sync, align, focus, share, and connect. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.